Hello, welcome to Mama Sue's Kitchen on this beautiful day. I wanted to share a pound cake recipe with you today. I've had several people ask me if I have a pound cake recipe, and actually in my cookbook I have 2 pound cake recipes. But I didn't know which one I was going to do today, but I decided that I'm going to do one that has just a few ingredients. My best friend Jane gave me this recipe many years ago, and she got it from a lady in Vincent that everyone called her Granny Barrington. But anyway, it's a very easy recipe, and I'm going to make it with you. Let me get my beater out. I forgot to get that. And I'm going to use my KitchenAid mixer for this one, and that's because you have to beat it longer. A pound cake, I always was told by my mother and my aunts that the longer you beat it, the fluffier it'll get. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they've always told me. So my recipe for this one is on page 53, and it calls for 8 ounces of cream cheese, and I did leave this out for a while on my counter to soften a bit. And I'm going to put that in here. And I'm going to add to this, let me get the rest of this because that's a good bit that was left on here. All right. To this, I'm going to add 3 sticks of butter. And I have salted butter. If you want to use unsalted, that's fine. But this is the first one. And I did leave this out for a while also. It's not real soft, but it's softer than it would have been if it had just come out of the refrigerator. 2 and 3. Now I'm going to mix this real good before I add anything else. All right. I'm going to turn my mixer on. Push this down in there a little bit. These make mixing a lot easier than years ago. I think they had to mix by hand, and then with a hand mixer. Now I'm going to stop this and I'm going to scrape the sides and the in between my beaters because there's some of it in there. Okay. Let's mix it some more. Now that looks like the butter and the cream cheese is mixed really well. It's you can't see just one or the other. It's a mixture. So I'm going to add 3 cups of granulated white sugar. Okay. There's 1. Mix that a little bit. 2. 1/3 cup. And after I mix the sugar with the cream cheese and butter and it's mixed really well, I'm going to scrape the sides down again. And then I'm going to add 6 eggs, one at a time. All right, I just want to scrape this down before I start adding the eggs. But it's real soft. And so, as this is mixing, I'm going to add the eggs one at a time. Number 2. 3. 4. 5. All right, and my last one, this makes the 6th egg. Let me scrape the sides just a little bit. There's some of the mixture at the top. Okay. I'm going to turn this back on for a little bit. It says to blend until smooth. It looks pretty smooth, but I'm going to blend it just a little bit more. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. All right. Remember, I added 3 cups of sugar. So now I'm going to add 3 cups of cake flour. I've already measured it out, but I'm going to put about half of it right now. Okay. Y'all, this is so good, that cream cheese and butter. Oh, man. I love pound cake. I like it plain. But, you know, pound cake's really good if you've got strawberries to put on it or if you have peaches. rest of it. I know some of you are probably going to say, well, why don't you just lift your mixer up? My KitchenAid doesn't lift up. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Okay, let's mix the rest. I have a big tube pan. This belonged to my aunt, so it's probably 25 years old. But it's thick and it's deep. I really do like this cake pan. And I have sprayed it with Baker's Joy. If you want to, you could grease it with Crisco and then sprinkle it with flour. That would be fine also. Can't see it from this angle, but I'm just going to get this off of my beater. Make sure it's in there, because that's some good cake right there. Put it in the bottom. Okay, now we'll move this out of the way. Okay, just get it mixed. All this that's on the side, make sure it's down in there good. And then just gonna put it in my pan. You know, these are called pound cakes because they're pretty heavy. The flour and the sugar and all that, it makes it heavy. I preheated my oven to 300 degrees, and it's going to cook for an hour and a half. So it's going to cook very slowly. Y'all, this is going to start smelling so good after an hour. Really good. And of course, put that in there. All right, I'm going to hit it just to get some of the air bubbles out, but let me put this in the oven and set my timer for an hour and a half. Okay, I'm gonna pause it and I'll be back with you when it comes off.